Developers needed to excavate a large basement in Jiangyuan, China, without demolishing a cluster of historical buildings on the site. How did a missing number 16 help them? And I'll say that again. Developers needed to excavate a large basement in Jiangyuan, China, without demolishing a cluster of historical buildings on the site. How did a missing number 16 help them? And I can only apologise for my pronunciation of that place.
Wow.
So, developers excavating a basement, and there were some historical buildings nearby they didn't want to disturb, and what was the missing number 16? Give me that a little bit again.
That was it, yeah. How did a missing number 16 help them?
All right, I have a bit of knowledge here, which is I remember when Crossrail was being put through London, there were a load of historic buildings that had automated laser theodolites put on them. So a theodolite is a device that tracks how far away something is, checks distances. And basically every 5 minutes or so, a device with a laser in would sweep round reflective targets that they put on all the historic buildings, all the old buildings, and check if that building had moved. And if it had, they'd stop whatever they were doing below. Or like they would make plans, they'd track.
Yeah.
So if you are excavating and you have historic buildings, you either have to get a person or a robot. And the reason I remember this is the little robot to just check, are these buildings sinking regularly? And that's the canary in the coal mine.
Yeah. So was that when when was the car park, the king in the car park? They were excavating and they found him.
Yeah, that was a few years ago. Richard III, right? Found under a car park.
But then is a missing number 16. Maybe it's like a 16th. Like maybe it was their king in the car park. Was it an emperor or someone that was found?
Oh, the 16th emperor.
The 16th, exactly. Perhaps the 16th.
Would that help though? It sounds like any developer would be like, "Oh no, we found major archaeological things here."
Yeah, that's fair enough.
That's going to put the timeline back a bit. Can we move him next door?
Tom, when you were talking about theodolites, you said lots of words that are correct.
Okay, good.
They weren't used in any of the correct way.
Okay. So Tom, you said robots, movement, that kind of thing, and lasers, all of those sorts of things.
And also measuring distances.
So how would a missing 16 help with any of those?
I wonder if the buildings were as historical as they were led to believe. You know what I mean? When you go to a model village or a reconstruction of somewhere, perhaps somehow they'd slipped their mind that they weren't in fact these ancient buildings. They were, part of a theme park or something that had been left behind.
And the clue was that some element was, like number 16 was missing, and that was only a tradition that started in the 20th century, something like that. Exactly,
yeah. It had 2016 or something, or the gate 16 to enter the theme park. I don't know. Is because it seems to be something around these historical buildings. Are they actually what we think they are?
The buildings were very fragile.
Oh, that's not the same answer, is it?
No, they could have made of fiberglass.
They couldn't dig down without the risk of cracking the walls.
But that, as I said, that is not the same as historical buildings. Fragile and historical are different things.
To help a little bit, what Tom said was almost entirely the opposite of the correct answer.
Oh, wow.
Excellent. Love it. Love it. Love everything about it. Okay, so they're not using laser robot theodolites to check if things are moving.
Or are they hoping they move and they're checking that they are moving?
Keep going round that, John, I think.
Are they moving the building? When you see those buildings on the back of a flatbed truck going down the motorway, are they moving the buildings, but very, very slowly?
Yes, Johnny, but how did a missing number 16 help them?
Is it that they were quite small and if there were 16 of these houses, it wouldn't have fitted on the back of whatever vehicle or construction they were using to move it? 15 did. Off they went. Happy days.
Not quite. Think of something that is missing the number 16.
Something that is missing the number 16.
What other term is used for a cluster of buildings?
A town, a hamlet.
A village?
A block of flats?
John, yes, just shorten what you said.
Block of flats. Flats.
No, the other part.
Oh, a block.
It's a block.
So something that has the numbers 1 to 15, it's missing the number 16. It would help you move some buildings on robots.
If it's missing the top floor, is it? That doesn't make any sense. If it was 16 stories
If we're missing a 16th
tall,
floor, yeah.
Yeah, what would be missing that's the number 16?
It's a game.
What? It's a game. Are we talking...
Traditionally, it has the numbers 1 to 16, but you may have seen versions that don't have numbers on.
Involving a block?
Is it a Rubik's Cube?
No.
Oh, that's what I was going to say, Johnny.
It doesn't have something, and that helps you solve it.
Oh, is it one of those things that you slide the tiles across, and then there's a little gap in the middle so you can move them around?
Sliding block puzzles.
Yes, that's it. They move the buildings like a sliding block puzzle.
Oh, incredible.
So, unable to dig out the basement without risk of serious damage to the historic buildings, the engineering team simply moved them out the way. A large metal grid was used to support the block, and over 400 crawler robots slid the building 10 metres, about 33 feet, per day. Sensors, which is probably your theodolites, continually monitored the strain put on the buildings as they moved. And a member of the construction company compared this to the famous sliding block puzzle, where the numbers 1 to 15 must be placed in order, and the number 16 is absent. And so if you see it's a 4x4 square, you've got to move all the blocks around, there's no number 16, get them in the right place. And the renovated project will contain an art museum, hotels, and a performing arts centre.
The Lateral Producers Club is at lateralcast.com if you would like more Lateral, fewer adverts, and to support the show.